Alright, well, you know guys, welcome to hell. Here we are up on the Sebastopol Road today, and you know, I guess you always have to be kind of weird when you're a T-girl, and I decided today, you know, when it's hot and shit, and tempers are flaring, and everybody's pissed off, and the traffic's terrible, and you don't have air conditioning, as half of this city doesn't have, over half of this city. You know, just throw me right in it. Just throw me right on the surface of the sun, and just let me friggin' melt, right? So I decided to just have a chooch up on the main drag today to share my misery with the rest of my pals out here on the Sebastopol Road this afternoon, and have a good long chooch and bitch and wine session. Maybe learn a little bit about California geography and what the basic malfunction is right now out here. Suffice to say, I don't have the Wolfster with me today. He's not bringing me down or anything today, so you know. But poor boy, I wanted him to stay home in the shade and take him easy today. I hope when I'm 90, they'll give me the same consideration and don't put that leash on me and drag me out for the afternoon chooch or anything. But yeah, this is a you know, the old advertising slogan for Los Angeles was, you know, sunny every day and sleep under a blanket every night. And for the most part out here, it's very true. The reason being, if you look at the geography of California, running down the coast north and south, you'll see a range of high hills about 1,500, 2,000 feet, and you know, for the most part, they effectively block the cooling breezes from the ocean that come in the afternoon. But up in the Bay Area, where I live, the North Bay, above San Francisco, and all the way down to the South Bay, San Jose, all down in there. When the Central Valley heats up, that's the big dish, and the long runs down the length of California in the center there. It's like a bowl, right? And when that bowl heats up during the daytime, you know, it creates wind and start to get these updrafts. You know, heat rises, so it starts to pull the by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's so hot out in the Central Valley, you know, Fresno, Modesto, 100, 110 degrees, creating those thermal updrafts. That actually starts to pull the cool air in off of the ocean, and they call it nature's air conditioning. The same thing happens in down in the LA area, and usually it's true. You have to sleep under a blanket at night, or you know, it goes down to 59 degrees. But right now the air conditioner is broken out here, boys, and just chooching along, and this guy's kind enough to let me pass here. But right now the air conditioner is broken. The reason being is we have a dome of such high pressure over the state of Nevada that it's acting like a big bumper and keeping that cooling afternoon breeze in. So if anything, the sun has to be set for about 2 or 3 hours. It's not till about 10 o'clock at night that the breeze kicks in and you start to cool off a little bit and you chooch. So as a result, you know, tempers are flaring, people are getting kind of shitty because very few of us really have air conditioning. And certainly that's true in the old places where I live, the Roseland community, the predominantly Mexican community. I don't know what the hell they're doing here. What the hell is that? $60 for some kind of trip, I guess, up to Ora. I don't know, maybe this is going to be a travel agency or something. Who in the hell knows? I don't know. But anyway, guys, you know, it's hotter than hell out today, and you don't need to know all the geography and bullshit. You have to know it's hot. Well, I went to fill up the car on the way to work today, right? And they're fighting at the gas station. It's already like 90 degrees, and they're chooching, right? They're fighting out there, and oh, I had this pump first. I go to work and walk out on my afternoon chooch for lunch. There's guys having a fist fight in a restaurant across the street, and they look good too. They had their shirts off and their sweat was glistening off those muscle bodies, and ooh. Still, it's kind of tough duty, you know. And then I leave work this afternoon, and there's a guy banging on somebody else's hood of their car and screaming at him because I guess he nudged out into the crosswalk a little too much. So, I guess when you're living on the surface of hell, it's kind of tough. Now, the bad news tomorrow, boys, is it's gonna be hotter tomorrow here than it's going to be in Las Vegas, if you can believe that. And that doesn't often happen in the summertime. Our predicted high tomorrow is going to be 111 degrees, and that's real kind of choochin weather there. I mean, that'll, as my friend the boss says, that'll curl your nut hairs right there. Oh, anyway, I'm going to try to do a few uploads tonight if the house cools down. A friend of mine has decided to detransition once again, and I got a cool letter from a gal that I think is really a doll, and I'm going to maintain her privacy. And she brought up a good point. She's like, Rosie, I like your channel because you're kind of down to earth. You're not out there showing your T-girl stuff and you know, trying to be in a beauty pageant and stuff, even though you got those rocking 38Ds. You're just fun. You're out there chooching and have a good time. But what do you think about a girl that really desperately is transgendered and you know, for whatever reason or whatever structure, body or whatever, they just don't become passable when they transition? And it's a good issue, and it's one that's rarely discussed on YouTube, so I'm going to try to tackle that tonight. I don't have the answers, but just sort of set up the question there and maybe get some feedback from some ideas and things, because if people write me and have issues, I'd like to have the respect level to sort of tackle those issues on and give an opinion, but also, you know, let other people weigh in on the topic. But I think that she is a wonderful gal, and she's brilliant, and she has a very high IQ. But as I say, her issue has to do with passability and all that. And it is tough. It is tough. There's no guarantees in life, and transgenderism really knows no boundaries of ugliness and beauty. I mean, we all hope for the best, and you know, most of us were, as I've said before, we're under the big bell curve in the middle, where, you know, we're neither beautiful nor hard on the eye. But I'll tell you what, it's a nice place to be, and you should never take it for granted in your transitioning process. So it's be something to consider. And like I said, another friend of mine has just decided to go back to dude mode there, and perhaps it's the kind of thing that you know, it's hard to transition, and you don't know what to say to somebody that's made that sort of decision. But you know, just always continuously wish the best, and if you decide to be a guy, be the best guy that you can be. Be somebody that people look up to and admire, and live it to the fullest. You know, we may know that you're transgender down in your heart and all that, but the tough reality is it's not always easy to transition and everything. So those are some of the big issues today. So try to tear into them a little tonight if the sun takes a little time off to chooch a little bit. So oh wow, at least a little breeze of stirring. It might be trying to break that pattern of oppressive heat this afternoon. But yeah, good things to consider, guys, especially you girls out there and people considering transitioning, new to it. I think sometimes people just pop on a wig and they think, oh, I'll be beautiful as a gal, and you probably will be if you look good, but there's so many more issues to transitioning than just the physical aspects. And you know, if you desperately want to let the female inside of yourself out, and you don't represent well, you know, life can get very complicated and very sorrowful and very sad for you, but it is what it is, as they say. Anyway, guys, a nice long chooch today. I see I've been about 11 minutes here, but look at it this way: you got a free geography lesson here on topography and climate, and we chooched about some upcoming issues and talked about the boys fighting and shit. So I think we're gonna be in for the worst tomorrow, and come Wednesday I'm gonna be down in Berkeley all day. I got some training I have to do down there, chooching around, so I know it's fucking horns, I tell you. Boys get horny. That hot pink just lights off their fuse, huh? Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and thanks for being with me.